Hey, welcome to Wok Wednesdays. Right, ready?
Yeah.
Hell. Hey guys, Jeremy here. I'm pretty sure you know who I am by now. From School of Wok, we are doing a Wokless Wednesday, and this week it's taking us to those streets of Bangkok or Thailand with a sticky black mango rice. First thing I'm going to do, guys, is make a quick syrup out of this palm sugar. So I'm going to use this to cook the rice, but also to sweeten up the coconut milk later on. It's very easy, just a bit of palm sugar and water, bring that to a boil, and then sort of reduce it down to a nice syrupy texture. You can also put a bit of pandan leaf in there if you can find it. But I thought I'd keep this as simple as possible. And the rice, what makes the rice for me, or this dish, is this sort of sweet, salty flavour that you get from the actual rice. The rice here is a black, glutinous rice. And I've been soaking this overnight, ideally, so it just sort of takes in as much of that water as possible. And it does take a while to cook off, so it takes about sort of 30 minutes of simmering and sort of steaming in the water. So I'm going to just pour that through. So the syrup, once you brought it to a nice boil, and just bring it down to a simmer, sort of medium heat, and allow it to evaporate, allow it to reduce down and become more syrupy. In the meantime, I'm going to make a sort of little quick garnish with some toasted coconut. So I've got desiccated coconut here and some sesame seeds. And then once the syrup's made, I can get onto the rice. So I'm going to do some toasted coconut. I'll put the coconut in before the sesame seeds because the sesame seeds will brown a lot quicker. Just be careful when you're toasting coconut because it does catch very, very quickly. You can see that changing colour already. I want to go for a nice sort of uniform golden brown. At a point, once it's sort of half browned, then throw those sesame seeds in there. Most importantly, try not to do anything else when you're doing this because, as I say, it can catch quickly and it will just burn. It is burning. I need a spatula. Okay. So this is on a medium heat, just to make sure I can control it. So, right. Toasted coconut, it's got this beautiful golden brown colour. At that point you want to get that out of the pan. So that is ready for later. The texture of my syrup now is absolutely beautiful. It's got that really nice sort of sticky texture. That's ready. So I'm going to switch that off. We use some of that for the rice and then some of that to sweeten up that coconut milk. With the rice, what you want to do is you want to measure sort of 2.5 times water to rice. So I'm just going to check how much rice I've got here. It's roughly 2 cupfuls of rice. So with 2 cups of rice, I'm going to go for roughly 5 cups of water. So what we're going to do is going to take good couple of tablespoons of my syrup into the rice. I'm going to go for one more for luck. How about that? And look, it's got that sort of golden syrup texture now. And that will cook through nicely. But this is like the Thai sort of salt and sweet or sweet and salty popcorn. So I'm going to go for about 2 teaspoons of sea salt, or just normal salt will do fine as well. I'm going to cook that sea salt and sugary mix into the rice. Bring that to a high heat. Just get that spoon in there because it's going to melt through again and get all that syrup into the rice. So you want to bring your rice to a boil and then bring it down to a simmer. And you're going to simmer this for about 25 to 30 minutes. And hopefully over time that will sort of start to caramelize and cook through. In the meantime, you can cut your mango. And I'm going to do nice thin slices of mango. So just go careful with that. That's ready for later on. So after about 30 minutes of bubbling away, your palm sugar should have, and that syrup should have interacted with the rice and the water, and it just gets more and more syrupy, a little bit more sticky. I'm almost there now. What I'm trying to do is get to a point where I've completely sort of taken all that water out, and I get to see the rice grains again. So my rice has evaporated all that water, and I've got this great sort of stickiness to it. It's all sort of starting to clump together a little, which is what I want. At this point, you wouldn't usually sort of dish this out so hot. You'd probably want to let it cool a little first. But you can see how beautiful that black glutinous rice is. Ideally, you would, however, serve this warm at the very least. So your mango over the top. And then coconut milk around the edge. Don't forget that beautiful palm sugar syrup. And your toasted sesame and desiccated coconut to finish. Lovely Thai style black glutinous rice, mango, palm sugar syrup. And get some of that coconut milk, and the saltiness is what I'm really looking forward to. It's like the best rice pudding you'll ever taste. The rice has got a saltiness, got a bite, but it's still sticky. Mango, super fresh and ripe. And that coconut milk and the palm sugar just interacts and balances it all out. So Moorish. I could eat this all day, every day. If you like this recipe and you want to learn more, don't forget guys, subscribe.